Once upon a time, in a bustling town nestled by the river, there lived a kind merchant named Ahmad. He was known for his honesty and hard-working nature. Ahmad had a trusty companion, a donkey named Baloo, who carried his goods from town to town. Baloo was strong, loyal, and always willing to work hard, just like Ahmad. One morning, Ahmad decided to take his wares to a far-off village. He loaded his donkey with sacks of flour, fruits, spices, and all sorts of goods. As they began their journey, the sun rose high in the sky and the heat became unbearable. Ahmad, feeling tired, decided to rest under a large tree. While Ahmad rested, Baloo, who had been working all day, began to graze nearby, enjoying the fresh grass. After some time, a group of travelers passed by. They were surprised to see Ahmad resting while the donkey carried all the load. One of the travelers, a man named Saeed, approached Ahmad. "Why do you let your donkey carry such a heavy load? Surely you could share the weight with him," Saeed remarked, shaking his head. Ahmad smiled and said, "My donkey, Baloo, is strong. He can carry much more than I could ever manage. Besides, I know him well. He enjoys doing the work. I have no problem letting him carry these goods while I rest." Saeed, who didn't understand Ahmad's reasoning, laughed and said, "But you are the master, aren't you? Surely it would be unfair to make him work so hard. You should carry the load yourself for a change." Ahmad looked at Baloo, who was happily munching on the grass, seemingly unbothered by the heavy load. "Baloo doesn't mind his work," Ahmad replied calmly. "In fact, he's been carrying goods for me for many years. He's my companion and friend. I look after him well, and in return, he helps me with my business." The travelers, still skeptical, shook their heads and left. Ahmad and Baloo continued their journey through the hot sun, stopping occasionally to rest and drink water. As they approached a nearby river, the heat became even more intense. Suddenly, Baloo stopped in his tracks and started braying loudly. Ahmad looked around and saw that the path ahead had been washed away by a recent flood. Without panicking, Ahmad calmly led Baloo to a safer path along the river bank. Along the way, they encountered some travelers who had gotten lost in the flood and were trying to find their way back to the village. The travelers recognized Ahmad and his donkey and called out for help. "Please, kind merchant, help us find a safe path through the flood," one of the travelers begged. Ahmad nodded and with Baloo's steady guidance led them along the riverbank until they found a safe route. The travelers were grateful for Ahmad's help, and they praised Baloo for his loyalty and wisdom. When they reached the village, the people gathered around to thank Ahmad for his kindness. "How fortunate you are to have such a wise donkey," one villager said. Ahmad smiled and patted Baloo's head. "Baloo is not only strong, but he also has a great sense of direction. He's been my loyal companion for years, and together we've faced many challenges." The travelers who had once doubted Ahmad's decision to let Baloo carry the load now realized how valuable Baloo truly was. They apologized for their earlier judgment and admired the bond between Ahmad and his donkey. From that day on, the travelers who had once criticized Ahmad learned an important lesson: that sometimes those who appear to be doing all the work, like the donkey, might actually have their own wisdom and value, and that taking the time to understand others before judging can lead to greater respect. Ahmad and Balu continued their journeys together, sharing the load and looking out for each other, proving that kindness, loyalty, and understanding could bring success to both humans and animals alike. And so, they lived happily ever after, teaching the townspeople the true meaning of teamwork and mutual respect. The end.